I'm running away from the past I left behind. I'm looking for answers, but I'm blinded by the light. I'm lost in the music, and I stay here for the night. I promise I'll be gone in the morning, out of sight and out of mind. Standing still. It's like you're stuck in a nightmare, but you keep doing it for the thrill. Well, this is reality, you only live it once, so wake up from your dream. But just for tonight, let the lines get blurred, let your thoughts be free, let your thoughts be free.
Hello and welcome to another Elite FPL live stream. Hello everybody, I'm just going to sort Steve-O's camera out on here because it's not finding him, so just give me a moment. He is here and he's back on his laptop. I'm excited to tell everybody that Steve-O is back, this time on his laptop. There he is! The one and only, the legend.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hopefully we'll be fine. Hopefully everything should be sorted.
Hopefully.
Should be.
Hopefully everything's sorted. Oh, wrong one. Oh, there we go. How are you feeling, Mr. Steve-O? Team news has come out. Would you like me to read it out?
Please, yes.
Okay, let me get the Twitter up. Hang on.
I could tell you off the top of my head if I'm...
Right. You ready? Manchester United versus Chelsea, tonight's game kicking off in just under an hour. David De Gea starts. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe how relieved I am that David De Gea starts tonight. So an important player in my FPL team. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rafael Varane, Victor Lindelof, and then Luke Shaw make the back line. We've got Casemiro and Eriksen. Sorry, I've got one of those cough sweets. Lozenges. Casemiro and Eriksen make up the defensive half of the midfield. In front of them, we've got Anthony, Bruno Fernandes down the middle, I'd imagine, and Jadon Sancho out on the left-hand side in place of a Marcus Rashford that I expected after hearing the press conference and, like everyone else, thought that Rashford would start. But nonetheless, he's on the bench. We'll get Stevo's reaction to that in a moment. Anthony Martial leading the line at the top. Now, from me, this is a. I would have liked to seen. Obviously, I'd like to see Rashford start. The fact that he's going Sancho still over Garnacho just blows my mind. I know there's lots of people that are going, well, Jason, Garnacho's an impact player off the bench. You need players like that on the bench, to come off. And I'm like, no, well, I want good players starting. And Garnacho's a good player. Anyway, Chelsea. You remember them, Stevo? Kepa in goal. Aspilicueta. God, the guy's still going. I think he's going to retire. I think he's going to retire soon, Stevo. Chalobah, Fofana, Lewis Hall, Chukwuemeka, Enzo Fernandez, Conor Gallagher make up the midfield. Ahead of them, Madueke, Havertz, and Mudryk. I think clean sheet is not. I don't think we're going to get a clean sheet tonight. I can't remember what I predicted, and I think it was. Did I say 2-1?
I don't know. I predicted 1-0 to United. Yeah, I predicted 1-0. The history's gone 1-1. There's been 5 draws out of the last 6. 3 of them being 1-1, 2 of them 0-0.
I think 1-1 is actually a very realistic scoreline. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Well, United have been so bloody boring up front recently.
And why do you think that is as a Man United fan? Why do you think that is?
We've had Wout Weghorst as a
Burnley player, yeah.
As a Burnley player, he's got the passion, but we've had him second half of the season kind of trying his best, but we've not got a prolific striker, Steve. It's simple as we have not got someone that we haven't got someone that puts fear in the defense. Like Sancho and Anthony on the wings have been very poor. They've offered no real width. Like they've not offered that real width because they keep cutting in to try and come into the box. Anthony's being criticised as being a one-trick pony. That he only does the same thing every single time, cutting inside, trying to curl it into the bottom left-hand corner. Yeah, we've seen it time and time again. That's what he likes to do. Sancho, confidence levels must be on the floor because he's not performing. A shadow of his former self. Bruno Fernandes, he's got no one to feed. Martial, he's not prolific. He'll get you a goal every now and again. Yeah, you might get a tap in here and there. But he ain't gonna score you a brace or 3 goals. His maximum goal, like, for me, his ceiling is 1 goal. And that's the problem. The problem is you've got Casemiro, Eriksen, Fernandes, 3 very, very talented, creative players, but no one to finish. So you can create all the chances in the world. You can pass it around the box as much as you want, but you've got no cutting edge. And if you've got no cutting edge, Steve, I mean, the table says it all. Look at the goal difference. It's shocking. I'm just not scoring the goals. I mean, we've been very good defensively this year. Very, very good. I mean, we've had lots of clean sheets.
At home.
Yes, but still, the point stands. And, ultimately, if it wasn't for that, if we were not so good in defence, I think we'd be struggling. But yeah, anyway, Rashford, benched, Steve-O.
He'll be playing about half an hour today. He'll come on for
Are you surprised?
I'm gutted that I'm not surprised. I'm just more gutted that it would have been more fun from a streaming point of view. All of our players actually playing at the same time and have something to commentate on. Whereas now it's just, when's he going to, what minute? In fact, there's a poll for you, Jace. I know you like your polls. What minute is he going to come on? Is it going to be the 50th minute, 60th or 70th?
I see Rashford coming on. Okay, well, I'll do the poll. And then I'll do the poll, let the poll decide.
Do you want to say hello to members of the
Yes,
the
I will do in a moment. Let me just write this poll out. God, I can't multitask.
You can. I've heard you on the stream. You can.
Rashford coming on. 50th. Oh. /60th. 70th.
Mr. Reed, in answer to your WhatsApp, I'm going home. That's all you need to know. I'm going home.
Right, here we go. Poll is out. And vote away. When do you see Rashford coming on? 50th minute, 60th minute. I mean, when I say 50th minute, that could be between any time between the 50th and 59th minute. 60 minutes can be any time between the 60th and 69th minute. 70 minutes, you get the idea, guys. I mean, come on. I've lost my train of thought. Okay, say hello to people in the chat. Andre D, we've got Dread FPL. Thank you so much, Dread, for the message. You must have that copied somewhere. It's always brilliant to see those messages pasted up there. Come on, Marshall says Gravy Dave. Hello, Gravy Dave in the chat. Gravy Dave, a blast from the past. Are you starting to do good now, Mr. Dave? Is that where you're coming back? Andre D, we've got Colm in the chat as well. Connor's there. The game won't kick off till 8 p.m. UK. At least that's what Google says. Yes, absolutely. Google is so yes, 8 p.m. We will be doing a watch along to that. We're just going to be doing the preview for the Gameweek 38. Can you believe that this is this game week? It's the last. Oh my God, the season's over, man. Can you believe it? It's gone so quickly. Animations in the chat. Hiya lads, hope all's okay. Yes, all's good with me. Steve-O's a bit green at the moment. He's feeling a bit under the weather. Must be the fact that that Rashford's benched. Connor's in the chat. Stop trolling, Andre. I don't think you're from the future. Referring to the kickoff that was a mistaken kickoff time, I think. Firetog. He's alive.
Must be doing well.
He's a Firetog. How are you doing, my friend? How are things with you? I was actually going to mean to message you, actually. I wanted to check up and see how things were with you. Hope you're doing okay. We've got Matthew Ezieshi in the chat. Good evening, everyone. Dally Pool's there. Harry Dawson. Nick Reed is in the chat. Also, Matt Smith, 58 minutes, says Matt. Referring to Rashford coming on. Harry Dawson, I'm just glad my Enciso... Oh, my God, what a goal. Did you see the game last night?
I watched the highlights.
Wow, the goal was the goal was incredible.
What was the game like, genuinely? Because I had it as a
amazing
high-scoring game.
No, the game was amazing. The game was Brighton. City were looking like they were on the beach, man. Absolutely on the beach. Brighton just blew them out of the park. Absolutely brilliant. Jason, a striker. Hang on a second. Hang on. We've got a super chat coming through from Mark Byrne. Oh my God. Mark Byrne with a 9.99. Wow. Thank you.
I can't watch.
Oh, Mark.
In fact, sorry. If you read out the chat, if you read that out, and then I'll add to it.
Mark Byrne donated £9.99 through Super Chat. Not going to able to watch on Sunday. So a bit of beer money for you guys. Not as involved this year, baby. But thanks for another year of entertainment. Have a well-earned.
Cheers, man. Thank you so much. So it was just reading it out then, Steve. That's why I was quiet. Not gonna be able to watch Sunday, so a bit of beer money for you guys. Not involved this year due to the baby. But thanks for another year of entertainment. Have a well-earned rest. See you next season. Well, thank you so much for the support, man, and thank you to all of the members and all of the supporters in the channel that really kind of give us that kick up the backside to continue. I'm not gonna lie. We need to get a structure in place. We need to improve a lot on a few things for next season. We will do that. Me and Steve-O will have a discussion on that over the post season and update the channel. We want to get more people involved with the call-ins. We want to get more people involved with, generally directing the content, moderators, getting them back involved in Discord. But really, I think, last stream I moaned about the lack of participation in the Gameweek 38 and in the live stream. But again, we probably could do more to kind of make sure that we have the platform available every single week to get callers on. Probably could have done better. So ultimately, I think next season we start again from afresh. We get everybody knowing when the call-in's going to be, get people available to come on, talk about their teams. There are going to be people that don't want to talk about their teams right now in Game Week 38. There are going to be people that are giving up on the season right now. Brew. So we appreciate that. But this is about community. This is not just about myself and Steve-O. And wow. Again, thank you so much, Mark. We got. I
was just gonna say, Mark, if you could do me a favour, and I know you listen back to the streams on your Sunday morning, so maybe you could do your own Monday morning match of the day Elite FPL challenge where you only know the results via us. Could be a bit of fun for you, and maybe any others that can't listen in live and try and avoid the results, which I know will be quite difficult, but maybe listening to Elite FPL the following day, or even after the event, maybe in the evening.
Yeah, it's a question in the chat. Is my captain Gallagher? Wait, no, you can't be serious. No. Dally Paul, is Gallagher and my captain Sterling playing?
Are they?
Well, Gallagher's playing, but
no Sterling. You don't know.
No, he's not playing. He's not playing. He's not playing. Hit the like button, says Colm in the chat. How do you guys another blast from the past? Yeah. Hello, Mr. Lactic Man in the chat. Steve-O, Lactic Man's in the chat.
Christ.
They're all coming out. They're all coming out the woodwork. Christos Maragos is in the chat. Jason, the striker, is missing so much from the United team. I'm surprised from Eric what we've achieved this year with no striker. And do you know what the great thing is? We're talking about bringing Neymar. We're talking about bringing Mason Mount. Players that we do not need at Man United. What's all this crap? All these bloody...
Mason Mount.
Honestly, I tell you now. Some of the transfers I see linked with United, I'm just like rolling my eyes. Neymar, at the stage of his career, the prima donna-esque attitude of Neymar. I mean, yeah, well, of course, who am I kidding? He'd fit in just well with United. That's all we've had over the last 10 years. But no, we don't need Neymar. We don't need Mason Mount. We need a cutting-edge striker that's going to put fear in the hearts and minds of all Premier League defenders and Champions League defenders. We ain't going to do that with Mason Mount. We ain't going to do that with just bulking out our midfield with... I mean, can I say it has been? Can I say has been? Neymar's not had a great season. Evening, fellas, says Max Roberts. Hoping for some points from Fernandes and a Chelsea goal, says Max in the chat. I'm moving back to UK in 4 weeks' time, says Firetog. What? That's mental, man.
Where in the UK, Firetog? That's what I want to know.
How do you guys not gain subs? I'm pretty sure you've been on 7k and 6.99 for ages. I have my theory. Basically, YouTube don't promote our stuff anymore. Like, they don't. I mean, we do not conform to what the algorithm likes. We don't run adverts on our channel because we don't conform to what advertisers like. We don't get thrown into recommend. And the truth of the matter is, guys, do you want to know the real truth of one of the real reasons that we don't really grow subscribers is that we don't get enough engagement. We do not get enough engagement on our videos. On our videos, like I do a live stream and it'll get 2, maybe 3 comments at the end of the stream. Steve will do a live stream, he'll get 5, 6, maybe 6 comments, maybe 7 comments max. That's not even a video, like an upload video. It's not enough. YouTube says, well, hang on a minute. You've done a video which is 2 hours long. Why has it only got 3 comments? It can't be that good. Or you've done a video, you've uploaded a video that's 40 minutes long about Steve-O in the graveyard talking about FPL. Well, you've only got 5 comments on it. We're not going to promote that video. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's the truth of the matter. And we don't get high enough in the algorithm for people to organically find us. That's the way it is. that is the way it is, Falavena. So we'll have to go back to the drawing board next season and see if we can change some things again. Who knows? And we ain't got enough people hitting the like button. Not enough people hit the like button. So you need to help us out. If you think that we should be doing better than what we are doing, then hit the like button. Personally, I'm happy to go with the flow and grow an organically. Well, we're kind of treading water at the moment, aren't we, Steve? But I'm happy to just get through this season and go back to the thinking, the drawing board, and see what we can do next year. Good evening, says. So anyway, sorry, Alex Follow is in the chat. Alex Follow, hello, salutations, Mr. Vollo in the chat. Artwork royalty. We've got Phil Stones in the chat. Evening, Phil. John Harris has invited Firetug to again. United, Marshall and Rashford getting a goal in the second half. Rashford is about to block my Trippier point, says Maestro. Steve doesn't have that worry. He had the luckiness of Diaz not travelling yesterday, of course. If he had, he would have got 1 point probably in that game. What a swing. Connor Mahon's in the chat. Mason Mount, seriously. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I think there's a lot of weight behind it as well. FPL Seb saying get other content creators on stream next season. We've tried. We'll try again. We've tried.
Yeah, it's certainly something I want to do next year. Yeah.
Steve-O, go and get me a Flake 99.
Certainly something I want to do next year. Get on people that I enjoy listening to or watch.
Mark Goldbridge.
Yeah. Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I think someone like I
think you'd like us.
I actually think if we could reach out to Mark Goldbridge, like, you know what, you even said it the other day, like, I hate that word. When people see the amount of followers that you have and stuff, they just instantly go, oh, they must be popular. To be fair, 7,000 subs and nearly 4,000 Twitter followers ain't that bad.
No.
So he will think that we're kind of credible at least. It would just be a case of, I know for fact that some independent podcasts that I listen to that have got on, well, the Office ones that have got on like the big actors from the show, they've just been bombarding the actors with requests. So it may just be a case of me and Jason just bombarding them until the point of where they just submit and go, all right, I'll come on for half an hour. It may just be that case.
Thank you, Maestro. Firetox is retiring to Leicestershire. Nice. But Mark saying, I can't watch because I'm going to our mini-league FPL meet at the pub, so I most definitely know the scores. Sorry. I will watch on the catch-ups on Monday morning.
Make sure you comment on it.
I'm loving that Steve-O has got his laptop back to his animations. Yes. Very long story short, it was a simple fix, pretty much?
Yeah, it was a broken. The lead where the charge goes in.
Yeah,
was broken, and ironically, this battery here, right there, that's the box. Back. You know what I mean? It was broken anyway. The brand new one I ordered was broken as well. Would you believe? Even though they fixed the charger, unfortunately, the battery was actually broken.
Well, the weird thing is,
get a refund.
The weird thing is when you said your laptop not working, I thought, well, they work with the batteries dead anyway. Because I've had laptops in the past where the batteries been dead. I just plug them in, they still work. Would be really bad design fault if they required the battery to be working for. So good evening, Uncle GCTV. Hello, welcome.
Blimey, that's another name.
That's a name we haven't read out for a while. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing good. Looking forward to the summer. Looking forward to a break from FPL until the next season. Striker is coming to the United, says Christos. Well, let's hope so. Who's ahead, Steve-O or Jace? Well, that's a good question. Who's ahead, Steve-O or Jace? Well, at the moment, Steve-O is ahead of me. You can see the overall points there on the screen. Overall points, I'm on 23.93. Steve-O is on 23.96. 23.93. 23.96. But obviously we've got some subs to cater for as well. Obviously Trippier's coming off of Steve-O's bench, which is going to give him a nice 9 points. I really need Anthony to do something this game. That is the be all and end all.
Probably will.
Oh,
It
right.
averages
right.
itself out. He blanked in the first game. He'll get something today.
No chance. No chance. He's shocking. Oh my god. Oh, you got a bad knee as well, Fartalk. Yeah, I've been having some issues with my knee. Don't see why you guys can't get content creators when FPL Raptor gets Stormzy on his channel. I can't believe that. Yeah, I saw that. It was crazy, Seb. Matt Smith, Steve-O Bingo. Ironically, fantastic. Blimey. Wow. There we go, Steve-O Bingo.
What's the other ones? Extras, Stephen Merchant.
Winners.
Winner. Very good. Yeah.
Phil Stone says, which players do we think could be left out squads on Sunday? If United win tonight, do we think that they could rest players for the FA Cup final? Yes.
Well, Garnacho will play on Sunday.
Why not 15-20 minute show, but easier for viewers to watch a night before a game week? Says, why not do a 15-20 minute show? Mate, we've already been going for 26 minutes. Like, we couldn't do it. I don't think we could ever do a 15-20 minute show, Steve-O.
I think the shortest video I've ever done was yesterday through Regent's Park. That was the shortest video I think I've ever done, and that was just a quick...
It was just a quick hello, and it was still like 25 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Add fascinating to Steve-O Bingo. Garnacho play Sunday. Yeah, I think so. Right. Anyway, should we get moving on to the actual
final game week?
Final game week. We need to talk about this.
Because obviously I'm going to be.
I'm not.
Unless Anthony goes. Let's just say Anthony scores, so that's 7 points. So I'll be what? 4 points, 5 points ahead of you. So Anthony gets 7 points.
No, I'm already thinking that you're going to be 15-20 points ahead of me.
How? What's your maths on that?
Rashford scores.
You think Rashford scores, so that's 6 points.
Well, at the moment, as it's that right, let's quickly get the teams up. Hang on.
Let's get our teams up because
So
De Gea and Shaw are against each other.
You're gonna get Trippier off the bench, so you're on 24,
so that's 9
05.
points.
So you're already 9 points ahead of me.
No, 9 to 11.
You're 11.
points
Yeah,
ahead.
11
Yeah.
points. Sorry, you're 11 points ahead. 11 points ahead. And I said that you're going to get... Yeah, I reckon you'll be between 15, 20 points. So that would be your Rashford return tonight. Because
So
De
you're
Gea and
predicting
Shaw is
Rash-
going to get 6 points, I think. Shaw might get bonus 1, bonus 2.
Okay.
So I'm thinking
But
your
what are
points
you predicting though? You're going 2-1 though. I'm doing a fire talk here. Hold on a minute. You're predicting Man United to concede. Whereas I'm predicting them to keep a clean sheet.
I think Luke Shaw and De Gea get similar points regardless what happens tonight.
Okay. So let's just say 6
Okay,
points.
so the main differential is Anthony and Rashford. I think if Rashford scores, he gets bonus 3.
If he comes on, he won't get if he's on the 60th minute in a 2-0 win where.
Well, if he wins the game and comes off the bench, he still could get bonus points. If it's been depends how the game's gone, really, doesn't it, and how many chances have been created. But I think you get, you're between 6 and 8 points from Rashford. I think 4, 6. Yeah, I think. So you're 11 now, aren't you, ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 15 points. 15 points is what I'm thinking you're going to be ahead of me.
So you think I'll be 15 points ahead?
Yeah.
Which means in the final game week, you're going to want to go differential, and I'm assuming captain that differential.
Yeah.
And you already discussed this on the stream the other day where you're thinking Harry Kane.
Mm-hmm.
And I said legitimately, I'm honestly thinking the same player myself.
Yeah.
There's also another, I'm not going to reveal it. There's one other player which I think, again, from my personal perspective, could go off this week.
There's not a massive pool of players, is there?
No, there's not. And it is, when me and you do the deadline on Sunday, we are going to be scrapping around for team news for whoever.
Yeah.
From my point of view,
I'm not
Mahrez.
touching my team until literally the last possible second.
Yeah. So it is literally going to come down to that differential between. I mean, how many differentials have we got right now then? So I can reveal my team. I'll tell you who I'm going to be playing on Sunday. So it'll be Raya in goal, Shaw, Gabriel, Trippier, Fernandes, Rashford, Salah, Matoma, Mahrez, Isaac, and Haaland. That's my team as it stands right now. So who would be your differentials on me from that?
Or would be De Gea.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I haven't set my team up properly yet.
No, I know, but who would you probably be playing as it stands right now? Your ghost team or your park team, whatever bloody bus team?
Well, I don't think Stones plays against Brentford. Okay, so it'll be De Gea, Stones, Anthony, Wilson. Yeah, for 4, that's not a lot, is it? We've both got Mahrez. We've both got Fernandes. Oh, our teams are too similar. Like I've got four solid different players to you.
So who would be your? So it'll be De Gea versus Raya. Who are your 3 defenders?
Stones versus Shaw.
Yeah.
Anthony versus Rashford. Wilson versus Isaac.
Mohammed, who's your other defenders though? That you're going to be playing?
Estepinian.
So Estepinian versus Gabriel.
Okay, yeah, Estepinian versus Gabriel.
And then midfield.
Sure. We've got midfield.
And you're definitely playing Trippier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be Anthony against your Rashford, and then it'll be Wilson against. Well, the thing is, I might play Isaac and Wilson and Haaland, so I might do the 3. I might just drop.
The 3-4-3.
I might drop one of my midfielders.
But obviously, we're both going to be doing a transfer that day, depending on what news.
Yeah, there's going to be movement. Yeah, there's going to be movement in the team. So.
But you're not. You said on the stream the other day, you're not going to take a hit. This is what makes it so fascinating. Because you've got to remember as well.
Did I say that?
Our man Dylan and Harbour Boy aren't that far away from us either. I said to you in a WhatsApp, I said, me and you need Chelsea to score tonight. Because we've got Fernandes ahead of them too. We need Fernandes to do something tonight. This is what's so fascinating about tonight's game, because we want Chelsea to score, but we need our differentials, Fernandes, Anthony, Rashford, to kick on.
I think I'm going to be very careful what I say to you for next. No, I'm not going to say any more about my team going into game week 38. That is my team as it stands at the moment. It may change. It may not. I may have lots of different opinions come Sunday afternoon. I mean, it's unfair to say like this is your locked-in team, because I'm just making the point that it's at now bus team. That's what it is, and we know that we're both doing a transfer, potentially even both of us taking a -4 potentially, depending on the team news. Because let's take the Man City team as an example. If the news came out that Haaland and Mahrez don't start, we're both instantly going -4. Site's going to crash on Sunday, people are saying in the chat.
Whether it doesn't, but this threat always comes out every single time. And does it ever happen?
It probably
really?
Will crash, to be honest. It's the final game week.
It happened once, didn't it, this year?
It's the final game week. It's the final game week!
There's a clip.
Arsenal
Clip
versus Wolves. Okay, should we go through the games?
Yeah, I've done quite a bit of research on this, so I'm sure Podner will be. But we got 20 minutes left for this game, so yeah, let's go through the games and let's see you writing up on the screen what you're going to be doing, scribbling through. And
do you like when I do that, by the way?
Yeah, well, I do. Yeah.
Cool. That's all that matters. Don't care for the chat like it. Right, so can you believe only 3 broadcasters are doing the games? This would have been a perfect Amazon.
Well, this was news to me because of you.
This would have been perfect for Amazon to do a whole streaming thing. It would have been perfect. I can't believe it's only. It's just rubbish, isn't it?
So what are the games available? Sorry, on the final
The
game?
games
I don't
are
actually know.
Everton versus Bournemouth, Leicester versus West Ham.
Oh.
I mean,
they've gone with the
it's a
relegation.
relegation one. It's the relegation ones, right? It's important. It's important. But then Leeds versus Spurs.
Which Brew is going to.
So BT Sport have got Leeds Spurs, and the Sky Sports have got Leicester and Everton fighting off relegation. Mental. Absolutely mental. Right, let's just do these predictions, shall we? Just get them over and done with. Right, so Arsenal versus Wolves. I mean, a lot of these teams could have different lineups than what we'd expect anyway. Let me just quickly get the chat here in 1 second.
While you're doing that, I'll just quickly read out a few comments here. Sean is saying Haaland and Grealish out for Kane and Eze. Yeah, it's about as standard as you can get. Harry Dawson and Garrett Gravy Dave are both saying the site will crash. John Harris is thinking of getting a third Liverpool player for the final game week. Christos is thinking Fernandes is scoring tonight. Armand Dillon is not happy about this game week yet. You've had terrible luck with your chips, which is good for me and Jason, not so good for you. Are we ready, Jace?
Yeah, sure. So Arsenal versus Wolves. We're going to go in order of how they appear on the website. Arsenal Wolves. Arsenal, they ain't got anything to play for now, really. So are they going to put in one final shebang at home, the Emirates against Wolves? I'm going to go 1-0.
So just to let people know, I've gone with the history plus the average score for the home side and the average score for the away team. And you can then work out, if you're listening back or listening in now, whatever you want to do with this information. But Arsenal Wolves, I think it's just going to be a celebration of a very good season. It's the final game at home. Arsenal do very, very well at home.
Has it been a very good season, though?
Yes.
Has it been a very good season?
Yes, for Arsenal fans.
First half of the season was very, very good.
They've had
What have they won?
some really poor results.
What have they won?
But overall, all right then, if you were to switch it around, imagine me and you were in the Torbay Elite or the Moderator League or the YouTube chat league.
They've overperformed. They've overperformed. But
yes.
But would you say that the fans are happy with the performances the last
disappointed
couple of months?
Disappointed, I would say. Gutting is another word Dan would use.
Predictable. I mean, I don't think anyone seriously considered Arsenal to win the Premier League, right?
I disagree with that. I think that they had their opportunities to do so. They just, unfortunately, disappointed.
They still had a lot to prove. I mean, they're a young team with a lot to prove, and I think they've still got a lot to show. And maybe next season they can march on and I think get some more strength.
They dropped 4 points to Southampton.
Losing their centre back. What's his face? Remind me.
Saliba.
Yeah, Saliba was a massive blow for them. I think that took that, but again, one injury shouldn't dictate, performance and results. I mean, anyway, what's your prediction?
Well, I've personally gone with a 2-0 to Arsenal. The history is going 2-1 to Arsenal. 2-1 has happened 3 times across the last 6. Although Arsenal away from home have won 3 times to 0. That's away from home. So at home they seem to concede, just like the form suggests. So the form suggests that Arsenal should be winning 3-1, and Wolves away from home, it's suggesting a 2-0 win to Arsenal. So basically, on an accumulator, back Arsenal, basically.
Okay. Moving on to Aston Villa versus Brighton. I'm going to go, after watching Brighton play, I can't see anything other than Brighton win. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Brighton.
This is a really, really, really difficult game for me. Aston Villa, a very, very good team, up against the Brighton side who have just qualified for.
They're a good team, but you use the term very very good. I mean, come on, they're a good team, but
Look,
not
I can only go on
good.
results, and basic understanding from commentary teams from what I'm hearing.
They lost to Wolves. They lost to Fulham.
When was this though?
6th of May. They lost away at Wolves. They've.
Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look at Aston Villa. They lost 2 games. You are right, back to back. However,
they drew against obviously Liverpool, which isn't but again, the results. I mean, they've
lost 2 games in the last.
They beat Fulham.
15,
Sorry, they
16?
beat Fulham. They lost to United.
Yeah, so they lost to United, who always win to 0 at home. They lost to Wolves, who always win to 0 at home. Whereas all their other results since the 25th of February, they hadn't lost a game. They'd won about 10 games and drew 3. Unai Emery has done wonders for that team.
They're a good team. They're not a very good team.
They're very, very good compared to the standards of others.
Okay. They're not a very, very good team. They're not a very. I mean, you've added 2 veries now. It's like you're trying to like prove something here. I mean, fair enough. They are performed very good. Let's see how they kick on next season. I mean, where do you think they finish? Do you think they finish above Tottenham? Do you think they stay above Tottenham in 7th place?
Well, I've got them to win today. Sunday.
Tomorrow. Sunday, yeah. So if they win Sunday, Tottenham, so they finish above Tottenham.
Well, I've got them both to win. Tottenham and Aston Villa to win.
Yeah, so they'll finish above Tottenham. Yeah.
Oh, are they ahead of them now?
1 point, yeah, 1 point ahead.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Interesting. Right. So you're going to go, what's the score you predicting?
So, like I say, I've personally predicted a 2-1. I think Brighton are going to be celebrating the fact they got to Europe now. Do they... In fact, I've got it in front of me here, but I'm assuming that Brighton can't go down any further. They've secured the place, but they can't
They've
go up.
secured, yeah. They've secured Europe. They can't go to 7th. They can't get overtaken by Aston Villa.
And they can't get 5th. So,
no,
okay, they're on the beach. Aston Villa
are going
to win this.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything.
I've gone 2-1. The history's saying 2-1 to Brighton. Aston Villa have won 3 out of the last 6, 2 of them being 2-0. There's been 2 2-0s across the last 6, 2 2-1s. But the home 1 out of the last 6. The form though is suggesting an Aston Villa win 2-0 or 2-1.
I'm revising my score to 2-1 to Brighton, not 3-1. 2-1 to Brighton. So we're basically opposite each other.
So despite the fact that even though De Zerbi will not want an unprofessional performance,
De Zerbi,
whatever his bloody name is, De Zerbi, I think that because Aston Villa have got everything to play for and they're a very good team, honestly, I could potentially see them even getting a clean sheet in this. So if you are an owner of an Aston Villa defender, play them basically.
Okay. Hang on. Right. Next up, we've got Brentford versus Manchester City. I'll talk about a team that doesn't need to do anything. Play the kids against Brentford, who they're kind of on the beach as well. I mean, they're sitting in 9th place. They're solid in 9th place. There's no risk of Fulham catching.
But they can go up. They can if the results go their way.
If Tottenham and Villa don't win, then they could go up to 7th. Yeah.
In fact, if Tottenham drew and Brentford, win.
Yes, yeah, Tottenham drew. Yeah.
But essentially, Brentford need to win.
Brentford
and hopefully Aston Villa.
No Tony, of course. I don't see Brentford. I mean, having watched the way that Brighton kind of ripped apart Man City last night. City are just just relaxing now. This is a tough one. Com saying 2-2 in the chat. I'm going to go 2-1 Man City. Steve-O?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very tight game. I don't think this is going to be a particularly open-ended Man City gun-ho approach here. I agree with you. I think that Man City will. I think Man City edge it. But honestly, if this ended 1-1 or even Brentford winning, I would not be surprised at all. I'm going the same as you, 2-1 to Man City. The history is going 2-0. Man City have kept 2 clean sheets. They've only played Brentford 3 times, so they've kept 2 clean sheets in those 3. Although the last time these did meet, they did lose 2-1. If you remember, it was Tony that got the 2 goals. So yeah, I think this is going to be a very, very, very tight game. And the history and also the form. The form is suggesting 1-1, and the away form is suggesting a 2-1 to Man City. So yeah, I would avoid this match on the accumulator, basically.
So what was your score? Sorry, prediction?
2-1 to Man City, just.
Okay, so you agree with me. Sorry, my audio is not coming through from the TV. I'm just having to work out why. Chelsea, Newcastle up next.
God.
I'm going to go straight in. I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
I truly think that if Newcastle really want to go for this, I think potentially they could score 3, 4 or 5 goals. For real.
Really?
If they really want to go for it. Chelsea are absolutely abysmal and they want to get this season over and done with. I see where you're coming from with a draw. Just both cancel each other out. 0-0, 1-1. I'm going to be bullish about this. I'm going to go 2-0 to Newcastle. History, though, is suggesting 2-0 to Chelsea. 1-0.
2-0 to Newcastle?
I'm going 2-0 to Newcastle, yeah. The history's going 2-0 the other way to Chelsea. 1-0 has happened 3 times across the last 6. 2 of them being at Newcastle, though. Chelsea have won 4 out of 6 to 0. So expect a pretty drab, low-scoring game. Again, if you want to put 50p on 0-0, then that's what I would advise you to do. The form is suggesting 1-1, and also the away form is suggesting 2-1. So again, a bit like with Man City, a very, very tight game, which I would avoid on an accumulator.
Colm saying 1-1. Biggish saying 1-0 to Newcastle. Both Harry Dawson and Christoph... Yeah, so Harry Dawson is saying 3-1 Newcastle. Christoph's saying 3-1 Newcastle too. So, Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest need a win. Well, do they? No, they don't.
No, they're safe. Fine. They're safe.
They're safe. I'm gonna go 0-0.
Really?
Final game week though. Final game week. Game week 38. No, it ain't gonna be 0-0. Oh, Palace to win 2-1.
This is not good because we're both agreeing again, which usually means we're wrong. I'm going 2-1 as well. 2 teams that like to score, got nothing to play for. Crystal Palace will want to do something here, and I think 2-3-1 to Crystal Palace. The history, though,
is they getting anything?
Probably. He's the popular pick for a reason. The history, though, is going 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. There's been 3 1-0s to Nottingham Forest across the last 6. In fact, Nottingham Forest are unbeaten in the last 5 against Crystal Palace, winning 3 and drawing 2. The home form is suggesting a 2-0 win to Crystal Palace, and the away form is suggesting a 2-1 victory to Crystal Palace. So really, again, on an accumulator, you're probably looking at Crystal Palace here to be winning.
Okay, and then we got the big game in terms of what's going on at the bottom. Everton versus Bournemouth. A massive, massive, massive game for Everton. Absolutely massive. They need to win this game. Otherwise, they face going into the Championship next year. Everton, their run of form has been pretty meh. They've won 1 in the last 5 games, beating Bournemouth, weirdly enough, in that 5-1 victory over Brighton. Brighton 5-1 a couple of weeks back. That was an anomaly. That was really weird. This for me is a really tough one. I think this game is really, really, really difficult to decide. Bournemouth, they're on the beach. Literally, they're on the beach. Everton will score 1. Yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 Everton. 1-0 Everton.
So, I'm being really bullish about this match based on Sean Dyche's history with Burnley. So, every time it came to the final day of the season for Burnley, he just let
pulled it out of the bag.
Well, yeah, he would literally just let the guys have a bit of fun. The only difference is that we were always safe, or in the Championship we were already going up anyway. So it was one of those where he didn't need to be conservative. For me, based on that, I'm thinking Everton are going to batter Bournemouth 3-1.
Well, Liam Crowley in the chat saying Everton have got no Calvert-Lewin or Patterson or Mikalenko. Well, it's a Mikalenko's a doubt. Do you think so? So what are you going with?
I'm going 3-1. But this is the thing going on, what that Liam's just said there. The history's going 3-1 to Bournemouth. Bournemouth have scored 3 or more in the last 4 versus Everton.
So you're going 3-1 to Everton?
Yeah. Whereas Everton have only won 1 out of the last 6 versus Bournemouth. The form at home is suggesting a 3-1 victory to Bournemouth. The away form is suggesting a 3-2 victory to Bournemouth, because Bournemouth seem to like to play away from home. And ironically, there we are, Everton like to play away from home. They can't stand playing at Goodison Park, bizarrely, this season. So actually, if you want a coupon buster, if anything, it's Bournemouth beating Everton.
Leeds versus Spurs. We need to get through these predictions as the game's about to kick off. Leeds versus Spurs, Steve-O. I'll let you go first.
I think Tottenham have got enough in the bag to beat Leeds. Leeds, they're useless. And they're going to make Tottenham look good, but I'm going 2-1 to Tottenham.
They're going down then, Leeds, eh?
Well, we haven't come to Leicester yet. I'm going 2-1. The history's saying 4-1 to Tottenham. Tottenham have won 4 out of the last 6. The last 2, they've scored 4 against Leeds. However, Leeds have won 2 out of 3 at home, and there's been 24 goals scored across the last 6. The home form is suggesting a 2-1, a 2-2, and the away form is suggesting a 2-2. So again, one to avoid on the accumulators.
I'm going 2-0. Thank you, Steve-O. Leicester versus West Ham. Big game again. Bottom of the Premier League. Well, bottom 3. Leicester, they look doomed. They look absolutely doomed. Can they pull it out of the bag? I mean, they need Everton to lose. I don't think so. I think West Ham are gonna. I think it's gonna be a draw. 2-2.
Yeah, West Ham, they're on the beach. They're in the final of the Europa Conference, whatever it's bloody called. The horrific fixture to call here. I'm going 1-1. The history's saying 3-1 to West Ham. West Ham have won 3, drawn 1. 8 times a team has scored 2 or more goals. There's been on 2 occasions 3 goals scored by a team, and on 2 occasions 4 goals scored by a team. So this could be quite a high-scoring game. The home form is suggesting a West Ham victory. However, the away form is suggesting a Leicester victory. So again, this could be anything.
Okay, moving on to Manchester United versus Fulham. Manchester United probably won't need to worry about anything in this game. I'm going to go with United 2-0. Steve-O?
I think this is going to be end-to-end. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm thinking this could be a really high-scoring 4-1 to Man United.
Old Trafford's becoming a bit of a fortress again. 4-1.
Yes. Yep, I'm going 4-1. The history's saying 3-1. Man United love to play Fulham. 20 goals have been scored across the last 6. 15 of them by Man United.
Nick doesn't agree. He thinks Fulham's going to win.
Who?
Nick Sharp.
Well, you're wrong. On 3 occasions, there's been 3 or more goals scored, and Man United are unbeaten in the last 6.
You're wrong, Nick.
The home form suggesting 2-0, the away form suggesting 2-0.
Okay, and then finally Southampton versus Liverpool. I think you're going to agree with me, right? Just a simple win, straightforward win for Liverpool. I think Southampton's going to pull anything out of the hat. They're safe from having to do anything. When I say they're safe, that's not the word. They're dead. They're dead to the water. They're going down. I'm going to go Liverpool 2-0.
Well, if Man United lose to Fulham and Liverpool beat...
Oh, yeah, but that's ifs and buts and maybes, isn't it?
Well, it could end up being Liverpool, but we know that Man United are going to be drawing here tonight 0-0. You can just see it 0-0 tonight, which is going to be horrendous for all of us. But I'm going 3-1 to Liverpool. Southampton are useless. The history saying 3-0 to Liverpool. 4 times a team has won to 0.
Wow.
But they've all been at home, those results. The home form suggesting 2-0 to Liverpool, and the away form is suggesting 2-1. It really wouldn't surprise me if Southampton were to get something, but I do think that of all of this, personally, I think that going differential with a Liverpool attacker or even a Bournemouth attacker or Tottenham attacker looks like your best bets for differential punts, if anything.
Okay.
And we are about to kick off, Jace, with this game. Has any of that history inspired you to think, you know what? Maybe punt with that Leeds or Tottenham or Everton, Crystal Palace, anything like that? Or
for me, it's just basically not gonna say anything. I'm not saying anything with Steve-O. I'm not saying a thing, man. I'm not giving anything away here. This is, you're not getting anything for free.
Free?
No. You're gonna have to keep thinking. You're gonna have to think, oh, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Who's he gonna bring in?
Well, either way, we're about to kick off. So obviously I'm 30 seconds ahead of you, is that right?
Great.
And the reality of the situation is, so I'm thinking this is going to end 1-0 or 0-0, and you're going with what are you going with again?
This is really difficult. I think United will get a win. I'm going to go 2-1 to United. Or 2-0.
Okay.
It'll be 1 or 2-1 or 2-0.
So you're going 2-0, 2-1. I'm going 1-0, 0-0. Someone put 50p on each of those bets before the game kicks off, which is about to happen right now.
The thing is, I've got no evidence to suggest that we're going to win 2-0. I mean, we're struggling to score more than 1 goal in the game, so 1-0 is fine.
Well, you say that. I mean, let's have a quick look at Manchester United's last fixtures. Yeah. Going back to the 27th of April, that was the last time you actually scored more than 1 goal.
There we go. I didn't even have to look on the thing.
Well, you scored 2 against Wolves, but let's get real here. That was a 96th minute second goal from your player. But yeah, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, 1-0 have been the last 5 results to do with Man United. So I'm
just trying to diagnose what's going on with the sound. Hang on 1 second.
So I'm not really expecting much from this. I've got my 50p fantasy bets on, but again, my betting at the moment is terrible. As Man United on the attack at the moment, Fernandes into Martial into Fernandes back again into Sancho. Oh, if only he could bloody control the ball. And there's Azpilicueta, the anger. Azpilicueta makes me look happy. He makes me look like Ned Flanders. Azpilicueta does. No, he's talking about him. We need let's just put it this way. We want an early goal. Especially to Man United, because at that point I think Man United will think, do you know what, we've got Chelsea here. Let's have them. let's do them over. To be fair to Man United, they started off pretty positive. Ten Hag has clearly said to them pretty much, keep on top of them, keep them in their half, and try and get that early goal. Oh no. That Lindelof has just slipped, allowing Havertz with the ball. I say, oh no, I need Chelsea to score. First effort by...
I don't have any audio coming through, Steve-O.
What, from you?
No, from the TV. It's weird.
Oh.
I'll see what.
Well, I've got mine on mute.
Yeah, I'll have to watch mine on mute.
At least you know who the players are. I struggle to...
Come on, get me some saves, David De Gea.
What time are you on, Steve-O? I'm on 2:54, 55, 56,
Wait, the hell?
57, 58, 59. 3 minutes. 3:01, 3:02, 3:03. I always do this with Mark Goldbridge. I just rewind it back to the point of where he's about.
I've got it
1
working.
second. Oh, good. Thanks. As Steve Merchant says. Thanks for that. Armand Denton saying, Jason, you got to hope for a clean sheet. No, because in fact, when you look at the teams, Jace, while we're just kind
What's that? Sorry.
When you look at the teams in the moderator league and look at the permutations of, oh god, here we go, Chelsea on the attack at the moment. Haul into thingy. 60 million quid spent on that prat.
Who's on who?
Midrick. Have a watch of this crap. 60 million quid on this.
I'm watching it now. Mudrick. Oh my god. What is that?
That is
I can't believe that. It was good. It was good. It was good football though on the build-up, wasn't it? Really good.
from
football on
Hall,
the build-up.
yeah.
How has he missed that? How has he missed that? That is shocking.
Didn't
Should
that
have hit
just
it
say
at and gotten
everything?
a save point.
No.
Well, save. Well, a save.
I can't pause, I'm afraid. That's the problem. I
that's
cannot
the downside
pause.
of Now TV.